Again.
Good evening. Welcome, everybody.
Okay, Hannah's gonna show me how to put those lights up in the corners. Like that's like pro tip over. I need the tips. I
Oh,
want to make my office nicer.
yeah, Hannah, give us all of your cute room tips. Everybody, throw into the chat. How do you make your living space or your office space homey and like
Oh,
you want to stay there and not like you want to get out of there as fast as possible?
that's so real. I just got a new job, so I need tips for interior decorating.
Yeah, Tanya's new office space looks like crap.
Hey, hey. But actually, you know what's hilarious? It actually does look like crap, but I have a view of literally Manhattan.
There.
Like, you know what? It's not so bad.
I'm just lashing out because I'm jealous.
Except the walls look really sad. Plans? Oh, that's
You could put a wallpaper that also looks like the Manhattan skyline, and then it could
that's
be like, continuous from the window.
Caleb.
Alexandra, personal knickknacks. What are your favorite personal knickknacks?
Ooh.
I want to put plants in my office, but it doesn't have a window, and my mom forced me to take a plant as a gift when I first started here, and it died. I'm like, see, mom, look what happened. It died.
Mom doesn't always know best, as it turns out.
No.
No.
Okay, well, welcome everyone. While you're dropping those those interior space advice into the chat, let's also say hello. And we haven't met for a month, so give us an update. What has been going on for you this last month, especially in terms of music or conducting? Do you have anything fun or cool or noteworthy to shout out about over the last month, or something coming up soon that will happen before our meeting next month? And if you can remind us where you're from too, right? Because we only see each other once a month. It's hard to remember. I'll be like, hey, I'm here. This is what's happening with me. Okay. Ooh, paid play for the pit for Chicago in Australia. I love that. I want to hear that musical done in an Australian accent.
Wait, that's super real. Tell us about that. I want to know.
Congratulations, Caitlin. What an accomplishment. Senior recital done. Woo. Oh man, grad school abs, that's real. Sorry, I'm over here eating my dinner. Costco ramen. District solo ensemble. 3 golds, Vicky. Way to go. Oh, cool. Got to practice your choral conducting for a workshop before starting your student teaching, your practicum. Congratulations. That's so awesome. Are you excited about your placement where you're going to be student teaching? Oh yeah, Adeline NAFME. I heard my friend is the director at Mount Hood College, and they got snowed in, so they can't come perform like they were supposed to. They had to cancel. They were supposed to be at NAFME tomorrow. It's a bummer. District Jazz. That's awesome. Okay, well, friends, we had a fun little activity we wanted to start with today, which is kind of going back to what we were talking about last month with our score study. So I'm going to drop the link for the piece, the Prelude in E minor by Chopin, in the chat, which is what we focused on with Janet Kim last month. And then I'm going to play the audio for you again. And we're going to listen to it. It's pretty short, right? As you're listening to it, I want you to be thinking about if I conducted this, and yes, it is like a piano solo, right? So probably a pianist wouldn't need so much conducting, but deciding as a piece of music, if you conducted it, what would your conducting approach be? Some stylistic choices, how your pattern would look. And then after we do that, we're going to break you into some groups so you can talk in some breakout rooms about those choices. And one additional element was if you could or wanted to arrange this piano solo for an ensemble, what are you feeling? Are you feeling string quartet? Are you feeling woodwind octet? Like what, or, string orchestra? What might that be? So let's pull that up if you don't have it open yet. And then I'm going to play the audio so we can all listen at the same time. And then we'll break you into some rooms to chat about it. So I'll put those instructions in the chat while we're listening and make sure I'm sharing. Let's share our computer audio and give me a thumbs up when you can hear it. Okay, we got those little like coughs in there. Make sure it's like a live audience. So now what we're gonna do is jump into some quick and dirty breakout rooms. And Tanya and I are just going to stay here. So it's up to you. Get the conversation started. Maybe you just want to go around and share like one thing you noticed or one thing you'd want to focus on or a bit of technique or question. And then also chat about what you would want to arrange it for if you heard a different instrumentation than just solo piano. So here we go. Let's make 3 rooms. People must be really busy on Thursdays this semester because we don't see everybody here today, but that'll be fine. More of you can talk. And we'll give you about 5 minutes and then we'll bring you back in. Okay, any questions before we send you out? All good? All right, we'll get to talking. We're excited to hear what you have to share when you come back. 5 minutes, bye. Welcome back. Okay, did we have some fruitful discussions? Great. I would love because we do our little smaller group today. Let's unmute if you want to, or do the raise hand function if you want to share. And you can share a question you might have had in your group, or like maybe like a little, oh, we had 2 interpretations. We have a little disagreement happening about how we might do something. Or if you want to share a really great idea for the instrumentation, whether it's your idea or someone else's in the group, or some thoughts about conducting, like what was a breakthrough thought or moment or something that you are interested in sharing with the group. Who wants to go first? Go ahead, Hannah.
So in my breakout room, we were talking a lot about how this is more for like the instrumentation part of the question. We were talking a lot about how some kind of like either like a wind quintet where there is like a horn, or a string quartet, like either having like the rich sound of like the French horn on it or the rich sound of like the cello on it would sound very good for that leading melody line. Something else that I had also brought up was that a euphonium might sound good on it. I don't know what context you could put it in, but just with like the rich sound they're looking to get out of it, one of those like I guess instruments that you would blend to in an ensemble would sound very, very good on that main line.
Good idea, Hannah. Euphonium would work well in like brass band, British brass band, or sometimes a brass quintet. You'll replace the trombone with the euphonium. So those are great ideas. Any other thoughts? Conducting or instrumentation? Oliviana.
We were also we were thinking about a Perot ensemble and then adding like a French horn for that warmth. We kind of had a similar thought about that.
That's a great idea. I love that. I'm going to drop in the chat what a Perot ensemble is in case somebody doesn't know what that is. Any other ideas? Adeline.
Going off of what Hannah said, when we were talking about strings, if they were to play it, we were talking about how strings can like, especially the cello, can get that really rich vibrato that you could bring into it, and we thought that might be cool because, obviously, like recorded by the piano, you can't do that on a piano. So we thought that would be cool. And in terms of conducting and just musically, we talked how there was a lot of tension and release and how it's very free flowing and how conducting it we would be able to take a lot of liberties, and instead of focusing much on like time, it would be very much focused on the phrasing and musicality and just that sort of thing.
I love that. Yeah, definitely. All those thoughts were awesome. San?
We were saying that like if you focus mainly on bringing everyone together with the upbeat and then the like first beat and then having really loose for the rest of the bar, and then also mainly focusing on dynamics with like really physical body language. It's like being like up and down, and I think Alexandra was saying that.
Awesome. That's a great thought. Any other thoughts on that one? Hopefully we can see the value of, even if it's a piano piece, conducting that piece and the inspiration behind that, frequently in all sorts of music. Like we should take ideas and be inspired by other musicians outside of our specific area and even artists outside of music and relate, what they do in dance to conducting, what pianists do to conducting, what vocalists can do for instrumentalists and vice versa. So breaking down that boundary and not being too afraid to say like, hey, yeah, how would I conduct this piano piece? Even if, a pianist like rolls their eyes at that thought, like whatever. It's super, super valuable. Okay, let's turn the next 10 or so minutes over to some open general Q&A. So Tanya, if you want to run that. And I see our guest speaker, Michelle DeRusso, in the waiting room. So I'm going to let her in so she can kind of get an idea of some of the things we're talking about. So she'll be joining us here.
Yeah, I'm wondering what we all are thinking about in our context. I know that there's been a lot of changes, across things. So I'm just wondering what you all have been thinking about, um, in your context. Hi, Michelle. So good to see you. Oh my gosh, long time no see. No questions. Your life is perfect and everything's figured out. Must be nice for y'all.
I'm guessing we might be like really tired and drained because of our February oppressive winter feel here for everybody in the Northern Hemisphere, at least. Might be tricky to come up with some questions, but yeah, be thinking about the last week, last month, even our previous sessions, or just thinking in the future of conducting in music leadership. What are some topics we haven't covered yet that you're interested in? Tanya, it looks like Alexandra dropped into the chat. I have a music interview for a program next week. Any?
Ooh. What's the position, Alexandra?
Oh, that I just realized that probably is very misleading. It's interview for school. It's just for undergrad at, I want to say, a top 3 to top 5 school in Canada. So it's a pretty difficult interview, but I haven't actually interviewed for any schools yet. I've done auditions. So if
Mhm.
anyone has any advice, I'd love that.
What kind of program are you interviewing for?
Bachelor of Music.
Performance or music ed or
So I have the lovely choice of not having to declare that right away, but it's not going to be, yes, that's something that I adore. I get my first year to try on different hats, yay me. It's probably going to be either composition or music ed or possibly both, honestly.
Mhm.
Well, we have a bunch of folks who are currently in bachelor programs who maybe have some really great contemporary topical advice, but I'm sure Tanya, myself, and Michelle would also be happy to respond. Do we have anybody else in the cohort who wants to give advice on interviewing to get into a bachelor's program? Yeah.
So I'm not currently in a bachelor's program, but I did just finish all of like my auditions and interviews and such because I did not have the what sounds like a luxury of being able to just go in under music, but that sounds fantastic. And so I went into all of my interviews and auditions as a music ed major. So with that interview, something that was told to me over and over and over again was that they're not just interviewing you, and you're also interviewing them, which is so important when like you just kind of you need to like take a step out of like they're thinking about me. They're looking at how you're answering them, yes, but they're also looking at how like you kind of develop your answers to their questions. I mean, for auditions, it's more like they're looking at how teachable you are, but for interviews, it's like how I guess how like personable you are, but you're also testing them in that same way.
Great advice.
Is there anything that you're in particular thinking about that you're like nervous about? Like specific in terms of the interview, like any question that you're like worried about or anxious about or not sure how to answer?
I don't think there's anything in specific. I didn't realize there's going to be such a lack of questions, and I get so much time to talk. Um, so not anything in specific because I've done not music school related interviews, but I haven't done music related. So I just not exactly sure what it's going to look like. And because I'm in Jamaica, I didn't have to physically audition for them. I just sent up tapes of my audition pieces. So I'm just kind of curious as to what that might look like.
Caitlin, you have any advice on that? We do have 2 other questions, but you want to take that?
I would say they're kind of gonna be giving you a lot of space to kind of share yourself. So I would come in with like a strong vision of who you are and what you want to do with your time there and kind of a next step. And it's not necessarily that's going to be set in stone, but that they understand that you have a vision and that you understand how being at their school serves your vision, and that's going to make them more excited about you too, because they want students who are there with goals and energy to be working towards what they want to accomplish, and not just someone who's like, well, I wandered in, I don't really know what I want to do. Like, so that's a bummer for professors, you know what I mean? Because we want to help you achieve your goals, not force goals down your throat.
We try. We try.
Thank you.
All right. So next question that we have is I have a conducting auditions next month for grad school and would love to hear any advice from conducting 2 pianos and smaller ensembles. Ooh. Michelle, do you want to take that one? Just a cold intro.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
why? No. I'm so happy to be here, you all. I'm so excited. So excited. You have no idea. Is this for an orchestra program or is it a band program? Because that's different, right? Just to know.
Yeah.
I'm guessing it's orchestra. It's Yeah, if it's two pianos. Yeah, you know, I think it really depends on the school you're going and what they're looking for. Sometimes it really depends on the teacher, and it also depends on the repertoire. Do you know the repertoire already? What is it?
Maya's
Too shocked to say
Sorry,
anything.
I don't have it
No, I'm kidding.
I don't have it offhand. I'm applying to like 4 programs, so it's a lot of rep.
Well, just tell me like 3 pieces that they gave you so that I have an idea. Is it
Okay.
like Beethoven 5, Debussy,
Yeah, and there's a Brahms.
from Symphony Number 1, first
Yeah.
movement? Yes. As you know, like you can tell that I've been in the circle for a bit. It's, you know, I have to say, it's so lovely to be able to help people now and have the knowledge. And I'm so happy to help you all. Yeah, you know, this is the weird thing. Like you're conducting 2 pianos, you have no idea what each is gonna play. Or if you have a string quartet, like you have no idea what each is playing, right? And sometimes they're covering parts that are brass or percussion, la 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 la. So one thing that it looks really awkward, but that it works is you're cueing your pianist, but also have a sense of like your spatial awareness of where your orchestra would be, so that they see that you know where everybody would be sitting, right? And so even if you have a quartet, look at the particular like sections and look beyond. Don't look at these people like just because you have one person in front of you. And that's something that you might think it looks stupid, but they want to see how you can, you know, portray being a conductor in front of a bigger ensemble. Also, don't be shocked that if you are expecting something to be played and it's not played, you can say something, you know. You can say, hey, can you play the symphony part for me? I'm really missing it and it's important. Don't feel like you're just like there to conduct, period. Like they're also wanting to see if you can hear, if there's you know, a mistake happening. You could say if it's very, very big, like you can say sometimes they're sight reading and whatever, you know, but don't just try to like act like nothing is happening, because they do want to see your reaction. If it's Beethoven 5, they want to see a clear technique, right? They want to see that you can give a really solid downbeat and get them together. If it's not together and you really feel it's not you, say, please again, let's do this again. But yeah, I think those are the recommendations I would say with 2 pianos and a smaller ensemble, to imagine you do have your orchestra in front of you. And then try to make music, even if it is kind of lame. But that's how it is, you know. They want to see like, do you have an idea of a sound, and you can create the sound in your head even if it's not real yet, right? So I hope it helps.
Thanks for
Thank you.
that amazing answer, Michelle. We are right up to the half an hour, so I think we should transition into today's session and presentation. So you've already heard from her, but I would like to formally introduce our guest lecturer, our guest mentor for today. This is Michelle DeRusso. She has so many different conducting positions at this point that I'm sure she's going to share what's like most recent or most exciting. But she's been a lot of freelancing, a lot of assistance, and some other really cool, amazing opportunities. And she will be talking to us today about career paths, navigating and preparing for those different ways of going out into the world and getting a job. So let's hear it for Michelle. Next 20 minutes, your first half of the session before we take a break.
Hi. Okay, I'm going to share my screen because I prepared a PowerPoint. I promise you it'll be short. I won't allow to bypass the system, I guess. Yeah. Am I allowing the bypass? Okay, do you see my screen? And I'm going to present now, so hopefully it will look nicer.
Yes, that
Okay.
looks like the presentation.
Perfect. Okay, let me put this here. And I can't see the chat, so if someone has a question and needs to interrupt me, please just raise your hand electronically, or so that I can get to you. Okay, so career prep. I know this is a quite wide topic and varied, so I'll present on things that came to my mind when preparing for this and telling you a little bit about my past. But please feel free to interrupt me, and I do when I leave more than 10 minutes for questions, because I want you to ask questions not only that might be to my career path or your career path, but maybe you're thinking about other things as I go along my presentation, okay? So first of all, about me, I'm from Argentina. I've been in the US now. I think this is my 10th year, probably. Yeah, it is my 10th year. And I did a bit of a timeline so that I could show you how I got into conducting. So first, I started in Argentina to study an undergraduate in conducting, which I know it's not very common in the US, but it was a thing in Argentina. And I come from actually a piano and vocal background in musical theater, and I was a professional dancer. And so I didn't really decide that I wanted to be a conductor until probably when I was 21. I started conducting already, but I didn't know that that was going to be my career until I actually conducted an orchestra for the first time. That was in my second year of undergraduate. I had to do Beethoven 5, very traumatic experience with no rehearsal, just like a run through. And then if it crashed and burned, you failed the exam. Pretty savage. Welcome to Latin America. Sometimes things are like that. But it was fun. And I realized, oh my gosh, I love this. I have so much control and over the musical output, the vision that I had for this piece. They were following me so much, and I felt this energy from the musicians. And for me, it turned into this absolute passion. And at that time, I was working professionally in a musical theater company, doing like 8 shows a week. So I had to make a choice. And I decided to become a conductor because I kind of was tired to being told what to do, but also I wanted to have my ideas being executed musically. So that's a little bit about my. If you want to know more about any of these things, I'm happy to talk more. I just want to make sure that I go through everything, and then you're like, you want to know something in particular, that's great. So then I came to the US to do my master's at the University of Kentucky, which thankfully I had a stipend and TA. So that helped me, basically pay for my studies, which was very nice. And then I went to Arizona State where I got my DMA, same thing. And then the pandemic hit. And so I taught at Cornell University for a year as interim director of orchestras. And at the same time, I had auditioned for North Carolina Symphony, but they were not sure if there was a position for me. So I was kind of waiting to see if they would get back to performing or what they were going to do. Basically, that was I know it sounds very vague, but nobody had any idea during COVID what was going to happen. And so I took this job with Cornell University, and then they called me and they said that they wanted to work with me. And so I did a very crazy thing that year, which is that I did both. So I was part-time in North Carolina Symphony, but also teaching. And so that was wonderful, actually, because I got to see both worlds. And I have some typos. I'm sorry, you all. I just saw. And I got to see how things were done in both worlds and kind of decide what path I wanted to take, which is, a luxury. So then I went professionally. I decided to go with North Carolina Symphony. I was there for 2 more years, so 3 total, 1 part-time. I was their assistant conductor, then their associate conductor, and now I am with Fort Worth Symphony Orchestra. This sounds so great, right? Like you see this, and you're like, wow, in 10 years, you did all of this. First of all, 10 years, okay? But now this is the reality. I was in a musical theater company, like I told you. There were things in between these things that I did that really, really helped me advance my career, that I feel like this is what people don't talk about. That when I was trying to have a career, I thought, wait, so if you go to school, that's enough. No, it's not enough, unfortunately, right? So the things that I did that I felt like really helped me either advance my career or create relationships that helped me advance my career, or that gave me the tools to really, really improve my conducting to get to the next level are the following. I went to Cortona, I did this new music program, which I really, really learned a lot about how to put a piece together that you've never heard in your life, and you just have to, create something out of it. And I fell in love with doing new music in general because I felt that I didn't have the weight of having an interpretation in my head, of someone else or a tradition that I needed to follow. So that's where my journey to new music started. Then during the pandemic, we created Girls Who Conduct, which was a safe haven for me because, oh my gosh, I couldn't work. My green card was stuck for a whole year. I couldn't do anything. And I was just so depressed, to be honest with you. And I also was a fellow with Chicago Sinfonietta. And so those two communities, I feel like without them, I think that I would have quit conducting. So these are the part of the things that I feel people don't tell you. And I'm hoping that I'm giving you this information so that you understand that it's not linear progress ever. And then the other thing that I did that really helped me, and it's down here, was Prague Summer Nights, because it was with my teacher from conducting at Kentucky. And then Cabrillo Music Festival, which I went back actually 3 times. That's where I really improved my technique and like learned from musicians. And then later on, I went to Salzburg. I did a fellowship with the Austrian American Foundation, where you just attend rehearsals for a month, but you're in Salzburg, you're watching like the best orchestras come through, like Berliner Philharmonic or Vienna, the top conductors work, and just being in that world and that sound world was just incredible. The Dallas Opera Institute, I'm going to tell you something about this that I did, was it 2021? So it was weird with the pandemic, was actually one of the biggest breakthroughs that I had without even knowing. Because when I got the LA Field Dudamel Fellowship, they contacted me around 2021 and they asked for materials. And they said, okay, well, thank you. Maybe we'll ask you to cover. Never heard back. The following year, they asked for more materials. One more year, following more materials. So like this, we went for 3 years, okay? The final year, I get it. And so when I was there, I asked the person, I said, how did you find me? Like, I was kind of like, you can't apply for this. It's like a private search. So they need to find you. They need to be interested in you. And he told me that it was through the Dallas Opera Institute when they released the names of the people that were there. So you never know. This is to show you that you never know how people are finding out about you, about your work, and how, you can get to different places without even knowing. And so the present, I'm with Fort Worth Symphony Orchestra. I'm also freelancing on the side. So I do engagements with different orchestras, pops, subscriptions. And I'm currently on the transition of getting out of an assistant position to get a music director position and start freelancing and have like a full-time life doing that. And I'm going to Aspen this summer, which my connection with that is that Robert Spanner is the music director of Fort Worth Symphony. So of course I applied and everybody had to vet me and see my videos, but that helps, right? Because you're working with this person. And AMG is the current agency I'm with. So this is a quick overview of my life so that you know more or less how this came about, and then you can ask me more questions if you want to. Okay, what's next, Michelle? Yeah, so when we think about career prep, I was like, what does this entail? Like, what kind of, like, what am I thinking about when I saw this title? I was very conflicted. Tanya knows. I was like, what is this? This is too much. And so one of the questions that came to me was, what does it mean to have a career as a conductor, right? Like, what is success? And so I want to ask you all, what does it mean to you, success as a conductor? What does it mean to have a career as a conductor? And I'm going to escape my presentation so I can see the chat quickly. So you can just type in here. Don't be shy. It can be anything. It can be, I don't know. Let's talk about it. If it's I don't know, then we can talk about it, of course. You can also open your mic if you rather talk. That's fine too. Inspiring other musicians and creating music that moves you. Yeah. Success to me would be being proud of the work you put into an ensemble. Oh, I love these answers. Any other ideas? to get to a point where people seek you about because of your individuality and how you make the music say something different. Yeah. It means finding a community organization ensemble that reflects your values and honors your expertise and experience to the point where you're able to stay authentic to yourself with programming and offerings and feel safe, secure in an environment where you can give your true self in service of the collective and the music. Oh, that's a dream. Being able to bring to life music by new composers I admire. I love doing that too. I'm not quite sure because I think being a conductor doesn't always lead you on a linear path. But I think having a career as a conductor is always taking on opportunities to lead others and make music to fulfill the end goal of serving music. Well, I have to say all of these answers, you all are so on the right track. As soon as I get a job where I get to conduct, I'm like, yeah, that's me too. I would like to professionally work with symphony orchestras. Working with other musicians in general makes me so happy. Yeah. Success as a conductor means having an ensemble that you are able to reciprocate music with. Okay, then you're on a better path than you were. I was like, oh, success as a conductor is, having a busy schedule, and like that's what they tell you in school. I'm glad to know we're progressing, and that they don't tell you this anymore. This is great news to me. But yeah, it is about the music, right? And it's about making music in a fulfilling way for all of you. And I think that I'm asking this question because I feel like it's so important that you know that for yourself, because in the end it will guide your decisions and the engagements you take, the jobs you take, and the people that you work with. And I think I underestimated a bit that and how much of a difference it can make in your experience. The right teacher, the right school, right? The right workshop, the right colleagues as well. It makes a huge difference. Okay, the next question I had was, okay, how do we have a career as a conductor? What do we need? I'll escape again so they can see what you're saying. Why are you not escaping? Okay, there. Self-trust and self-compassion and a good baton. Connections and networks, support a program of songs that feel like they have meaning, so we're inspired to conduct. Yes. Confidence, adequate training experience coupled with ensembles you feel like you can succeed with, even if it's a challenge at first. Confidence and passion, goals, determination, perseverance, and a strong work ethic, because the conducting field, especially as a woman, is very competitive and not for the faint of heart. Definitely not. Vision and passion is important. Yes. Courage to be vulnerable. Yeah. And make mistakes along the way. A lot of mistakes in front of a lot of people, I have to say. A healthy relationship with work. Oof. I heard someone say once that putting your health first and your career second is what putting your career first looks like. Oh, wow. Who said this? Nice. Very nice. Be willing to always take on new opportunities so that we can learn and grow from them, along with a strong love and devotion for music. Perseverance, always being resourceful, constantly participating in various activities and learning and developing your skills. Great answers, you all. Like, these are really, really good answers. And one of the points that you brought up was exactly that, like lifestyle. I put this here to remind myself about lifestyle, right? What kind of lifestyle you want, because this career will push you in many different directions, and sometimes you don't know, like you don't know where it will take you, but you need to know what's good for you and what you want for your life, because otherwise I think you can end in this, kind of spinning circle of taking too much work, like I have. I'm saying it from my own experience, my own mistakes, okay? Taking too much work, and then of course neglecting your health or yourself, and then it's you can't work like this, right? If your mental health is compromised or your physical health is compromised, you're gonna reach a point where you can't work. And so I mention all of this too because, in particular, a career as a professional conductor in orchestra, you travel a lot, right? So do you like to travel? Do you like to be far away from home in new places, 1 week, different place, have a partner far away, maybe don't see them too often, live in different places, which is my current situation. Like I'm in Texas and my spouse is in Washington, D.C. These are part of the things of our lifestyle that we need to consider. And I say it because I think that if you make decisions that will make yourself stay happy and centered, then you're going to be able to continue doing a good job and doing what you love. So that's why I bring it up. It's really important. Yes, Claire.
I just had a question about this because, especially as a student musician, a lot of the times, or at least right now, I have the mindset of if there is any opportunity or anything that comes by, I feel like a need to, oh, I should do this so I can grow and I can be better for the future. And I understand
Yes.
that, of course, you shouldn't always do that because, yes, your health and your happiness are very important. But do you have any tips on how to overcome that sort of need or desire to gain experience?
Well, to be honest, I relate to this 100% because I think I'm still finding that. And I've been talking to I fortunately have a few conductor friends that were kind of in the same stages of our careers. And we're having to make this decision right now because of different reasons, personal or health-wise, or whatever it is. And I think that it looks different for everyone, right? Because I have one of my closest friends, she's Irish. She decided to finish. She had an assistantship in the US, finished it, and was like, I'm moving back home. This is just not working for me. And, she took the plunge. And I watched her and supported her throughout. I was like, girl, if this is what you need, do it. Like I was 100% with her. I admire the courage she had to do this, really, because she was jumping into the pool without knowing what she was going to find back in Europe, okay? And in the end, it worked out because she needed to be close to her family and needed to start again, basically. And so she started getting work actually immediately because she worked really hard, okay? It's not like she went just home and did nothing, right? Of course. She started reaching out to her contacts, started doing little things here and there, and then everything started to move. So that looked like that for her, for example. For me, I'm saying I'm still finding it because I'm realizing for me personally that if my mental health is not in the best place, I just can't deal with the stress that this career brings, right? And so for me, it means that in the next few years, I need to be in a place with my partner. And that's really important to me because it brings me mental health peace and a sense of center to myself, and being home and being able to see with my cats. Even if I'm home for a day, I see my cats and I'm at home. Right now, that's not the situation, right? And it's starting to really weigh on me. And saying no to things, one, is really hard. I understand. And I'm still having like FOMO of when I say no to things and then I see another person take it and maybe something happened for them. But this is the thing with this career. You never know really what any opportunity can bring, right? It's like, let's say you go to a conference, maybe you go to a conference and nothing happens, you don't meet anyone. And maybe you go to a conference and you meet the next mentor. And like, that's the thing, we're always investing our time and our energy to see if something might happen, right? But if you don't have that energy and you're not in a good center place to have that energy, then it's more wasted energy than not. So that's how I've been trying to measure it for myself. Like, if I don't have the energy to go talk to people and be my best self, then it's better not to be there, right? So I would think of it in those terms, and in terms of also if you're excited about these opportunities, or if you're just doing it because you think it's what you need to be doing, or because you think that this will take you to the next thing, but you don't know yet, right? There's plenty. I would like categorize them in different levels, right? Like there's opportunities that you're like, oh my gosh, you need to do this, right? Then there's opportunities that it's like, okay, maybe if I have the money, I could do this, right? And then there's these opportunities that are like, yeah, I mean, you always learn something. I could go and I'll probably take something out of this opportunity, but you don't know. And I think you need to balance it out to see where you're at in your schedule and your energy and your money, and just pick the ones that I think are gonna drive you the further, you know. But also there's maybe an opportunity that I don't know, you don't get paid much and whatever, but you're working with people you want to be working, right? So when you're working professionally, they always say like you do gigs for 3 reasons: 1, money; 2, experience; and 3, networking, right? For working for this particular organization. So that's what you think about, right? Like sometimes I take gigs that don't pay much, but I really want to work with these people and I am passionate about their mission, maybe. And others that I take because I need the money, basic as that, right? And others because I want to work with this particular organization and it's good for my repertoire. Maybe I haven't done that piece before. Maybe I haven't conducted an opera in a while. And so this is a good opportunity for me artistically to expand myself. So I hope it helps. I'm sorry, I rambled a lot to give you an answer.
No, it helped a lot. Thank you.
Oh, okay. So,
Great. So
it is
Michelle,
break time.
it's
Yeah.
break time. Okay, great. Perfect timing. I'm gonna jump in and be like, make sure we get a little break. So thanks so much. That's so much to think about, which is awesome. We're gonna take 10 minutes. So we will be back at 2 after the hour to continue with the rest of your presentation and lots of time for Q&A. If you want to stick around and chat, feel free to do so. But this is your time to get up and stretch, use the restroom, grab a drink, and we'll see you back at 2 after, I guess 3. Let's say 3 after the hour. 3 after the hour.
Nice to see you both, by the way.
I'm gonna stop your share.
Yes.
Better. Hi.
Oh, yeah, sorry. You
Hello.
can stop it. So nice to see you both.
You're in, okay, are you in Dallas right now?
Yeah, I'm in Fort Worth.
Oh,
Yeah.
Fort Worth. That's where CBDNA is gonna be in March.
Mhm.
So we should hang out.
What?
Yeah. It's at TCU.
In March?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah, it is usually March.
Yeah. Sometimes it's in February.
Are you coming?
Yeah.
When in March?
Let me look the dates. I literally haven't even booked it yet, but I know I'm going.
That's funny.
Yeah,
One step
TCU
at
is
a time.
literally 10 minutes from my home, from where my apartment here. So
Okay. It is
looking
March
at my calendar.
26th through 29th.
I'm in Delaware.
Oh no! Wait, where are you?
In Delaware, I have a subscription.
Oh.
Yeah.
Boo.
I'm sorry.
Boo.
I couldn't remember what was the other conference we all go to. I wanted to put in my resource and I couldn't. The one in
Midwest?
December. Midwest. Oh, I cannot remember. Okay, I'll put it down before I forget. I
Oh,
did like a little
Midwest.
document I'll share with you. I don't know why I couldn't remember.
I wonder if anybody for Girls Who Conduct is going to ASTA. String
Mm.
players. You know, I should ask that. I'm giving a presentation. I'm
I think
giving a
it was
conducting presentation.
I'll put it
I
there.
remember so many the girls were talking about going to ASTA.
Really?
I don't remember. I think like in the chat at one point. Or maybe in our group
Gosh.
me. I think it was maybe in our group me.
Oh, I should.
Where are you, Kaylin? That looks cute.
Oh, it's my office at school.
You
she's
need to
fabulous.
redecorate my everything.
It's just stick-on wallpaper and like
Really?
twinkle lights, you know.
She and I literally just talked about this.
Well, because it's ridiculous. If you had seen, I mean, my Cornell office was depressing then.
It's so depressing. My last job, they told me they were we're gonna paint, we're gonna like redo some things, we're gonna like put a whiteboard up for you, don't touch anything. So I didn't, and 3 years went by, granted during the pandemic, but like they could have fixed it and they never did, and I hated my office. So when I got here, I'm like, I'm not waiting for anybody. I'm just gonna do it my way.
Yeah.
Up on the wall, and then granted, I'm planning on being here for a while anyway, so it's like I'm not worried about what kind of mess.
Where are you? What city are you now, though?
So I live in Concord, California, which is the the deep East Bay Area, like outside of Oakland. And then my school's in Pleasant Hill, which so I'm just all east of Oakland. It's still the Bay Area, but it's,
How far do you drive, or is it close?
it's like 10 minutes from my school to work. And we're like 30 miles east of San Francisco. So like I'm gonna go pick up a friend at the SF airport tonight, and I go to San Francisco all the time. Like we have a metro system called BART. So I'm on the BART line, my neighborhood. I have a really
I
nice.
like that part.
But it's Bay Area Rapid Transit.
Oh, well, at least you have some kind of public transportation.
No, dude, suburban sprawl is real in the Dallas-Fort Worth area.
Yep. There's a train though.
Oh yeah, I've taken that train. How long have you been there?
Since September. I haven't taken the train yet.
I take it once.
Yeah, I usually Uber because I never have time, and then they pay for it, so I was like, whatever,
Yeah.
And then I usually run out of time. I'm like literally leaving after concert to the airport, so I'm like, okay, whatever. I don't have the time to wait for the train, unfortunately. But David took it like a few weeks ago, and he said it was great. So
It's fun. How often
Yeah.
do you get to come visit?
I go or he comes every month. Sorry, every a few weeks. Yeah.
How do
It's
you do
far.
that with a partner? Like, my partner's gone like once a month for 5 days, and I'm like, what? Why are you gone?
We're used to it, but also it's probably my last assistant position because I've reached the point that I'm like, one, I'm tired of it, and two, I'm done being an assistant, like I've done plenty, and so
Yes, queen.
I need to take the risk. I'm gonna take the risk.
Would you go back to
Yes,
teach
you will.
to college or no?
Not yet, but eventually I want to. I miss the young blood.
Yeah.
These musicians are sucking the blood out of me.
They're all cranky. That's like
This orchestra is very nice, actually. I have to say it's the nicest. But then when this week has been really tough because we have 4 different programs and like too many concerts and too many programs, so they're very grumpy. But usually it's fine. But as an assistant, you are always dealing with it. So that's why I'm also like, I've done plenty of this. I'm kind of ready to.
The sacrificial lamb. They're like, make Michelle do all the stuff that's gonna make the musicians mad.
Yep, kind of like that. So yeah, and I've learned a lot, and it was like a good experience. And you have to learn these things this way, but also there's a moment that you need to decide, because if not, you are seen as an assistant forever too. So that's part of the danger. But yeah, I do want to teach if the right opportunity comes along. Yeah, like if Maryland University opens up, number one there.
Who's doing the orchestra there right now?
I think it's David Neely.
I know the band people.
Yeah.
I don't know the band people, actually. I mean, it's a good school. I think I would want to go back to teaching if I like a school like that where maybe the administrative duties are still more than I have now, but there's more maybe support if I can. But this is in an ideal world, which we are not living in. So, we'll never know. Maybe I'll go back to teaching faster than you think, Caitlin. Who knows?
Support in higher ed.
What's up, Tanya? I'm going to be in March in New York, actually.
When?
Again. I'm heading, I think the 3rd. Yeah, 3rd of March until the 8th. And I get a comp ticket for New York Phil if you want to come.
Yeah.
To one of the concerts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What'd you say? March 3rd to
8th? March. I arrive the 3rd and rehearsals start Tuesday and then until the 8th. And then the Sunday I leave.
Okay, I'll text you.
Yeah.
And we gotta go back to the Smith because the food is good. So.
The what? Oh yeah, it was. We had pasta last time, right?
I love food. Yes, it's so good.
It was very good. Yeah, but I miss you all.
Yeah, those pandemic times when we all had unlimited time to like hang out.
Oh my God, remember when? I feel like a different
what
person.
Is that?
We were like
What is
such
that?
different people then. Like I feel like I'm
Oh.
different. Like, you know. So Michelle, so I'm a professor now, but also like yeah, but also like
Where are you now?
simultaneously I'm teaching at Brooklyn College, music education. It's like my like I've always wanted a music ed position and staying in the city. So I'm like
Good.
engaging in Brooklyn, like which is fun. Um I'm still at my full-time job in public school teaching. So I'm with lack of sleep, so that's okay.
Oh, I don't know how you're doing, but you're crazy. But we know this, so
I texted Caitlin and I was like, Caitlin, how do I do this?
I mean, you two are like the most productive people on earth. So
No, it's just Caitlin. It's just
Oh,
Caitlin.
you're very productive.
yeah,
You're
seriously.
always reminding
both of
me,
you.
you're like, hey, here's this deadline you just missed, dummy.
I don't say that. I just want to make sure.
I missed 6 deadlines. I'm so bad.
There's
I
no
miss all the
deadline.
deadlines lately. I feel like since I left academia, it's really bad. I kind of need to go back so that I can be on track with being organized.
You guys want to hear something? So I'm bringing my kids to Asta and talking about missing a deadline. Apparently, I hadn't paid for their flights. So during this meeting, I literally got an email from Delta. I was like, "Your tickets are canceled." And I emailed back. I was like, "Hell no, it's not. Here's my credit card." And they just charged it. But I'm like, this is stressful.
Gosh, yeah, seriously. Are we back? It's 8:02. Sorry, I don't want to like
I think we gave him
abort a
1
conversation.
because by the time we were like done announcing break, it was
3. Sorry, I'm such a conductor.
On
like,
time, on
I'm the
time.
band person. I'm like, we have to be exactly on time or else we get points taken off of our marching band score.
Oh,
Well,
see,
I went over
I'm a
time the other
bassist.
day. I went
I'm
over
a
time
bassist.
2
I'm like,
minutes the other day because the personnel manager didn't tell me that it was
ah,
supposed to be. Yeah, you all. I have so many to share. You have no idea.
yeah, as it
It's
goes.
been fun.
All right,
Been
y'all, let's
fun.
come back.
We're back.
We are back. Yes, Hannah's first. Yes, she won. Yes, yes.
Yeah, I have so much to share with you all. So we need to, so that you can ask all the questions and I can stop saying things that maybe you don't want to hear. So I'll just spill them out quickly.
Michelle works with like Dudamel, so y'all like ask questions, ask away. Like I have seen them talk, and I'm like, oh, they're besties. That's fine.
Did you? Oh, you did! I forgot about this.
I did. I was there. I was there for when it happened. So
yeah. Okay, I'm gonna share screen again.
yay.
Here we go. Canva share. La 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 la. Present. Yes, let me present. Thank you so much. Okay. So what I thought was similar to the things we put in it. Oh, sorry, I'm trying to move you all. Oh, there. 1 second. There. So when I think about career prep, I think about the things I need to have ready in my career, or that's how I would think about it. Like my materials need to be ready so that I can network, and from this networking, I can get opportunities, right? And I'm gonna delve into each of them briefly so that I tell you what are the things that we need to have ready. So materials. The things I usually keep at hand that either my agent is going to ask me really quick or I need to have something ready for applications. Of course, it always changes which each job, which each school you submit, which each workshop, like everyone has different requirements, right? So you need to change your things, but I think it always has helped me to have like a base that I can quickly tweak into for different applications. So our resume, I have like a 1-page resume. I also have a longer CV. I didn't put it there because usually we use more resume now, except for maybe if you're applying for an award or a grant, then maybe they ask for a CV and it's like a 5-6 page and forever long CV keeps adding. So my resume is still 1 page and I try to keep it 1 page
maybe 2 if you want to, but I'll keep it very short. Then my cover letter or letter of interest, where you state, why you want this position and why you would be a good candidate for this position. Mind you, I think it's really important to state this. Maybe you all know this, and I'm sorry if I'm repeating things you already know, but the cover letter is not you listing your resume. Is listing particular skills that you have that maybe your resume is not showing, particular maybe projects you've worked with, that you have created, that maybe situations that you have inspired. Like, you have to put something different. It's not about telling them what you've been doing, right? It's a different approach of your experience. References, this sounds very basic. When you're in school, it's easy to have references and to ask them for letters of reference. When you start moving into grad school and on, trust me, have a list ready and have asked these people to be your references before you put them there, of course, because it gets a bit harder to hunt people down and asking for these things. So it's always to have at least 3 people that that will be, one, sending you a letter really quickly, which, this is funny, but I still use my professor from my doctorate because he's so freaking quick. I'm always like, I'm a procrastinator by nature. I'm sorry, you all. And so I text him literally like, hey, Jeff, as usual, I need a letter. Like, can you do it? And he's always like, by when? And I'm like, midnight. So like 5 hours. And he sends it. Okay. So having one person that is this reliable, you have no idea. It's golden. So find that person. And then if you want to be creative and you have more time, then find other people. But you need to have your people that you can like go to for quick things. Videos. Really, really important. Footage of yourself. Film yourself doing anything. It doesn't matter if it's a rehearsal, if it's a performance, if it's a terrible rehearsal or a good one. You need to film everything because you never know if it's going to be good. And also, once I feel like you get used to having a camera there, then you forget about it and you don't think about it anymore. And it really helps you to actually obtain good footage. And use a good camera if you can borrow it from your studio or from your library if you don't have one. I've in the end invested in a camera. I have to tell you all, this is my camera. My spouse is a freak about being organized. Okay, he's in the military, so you can imagine. He created this box for me, and let me open it quickly so you see what I carry. I carry my camera. Okay, I think it's a 4K camera. I bought it used on eBay, and it's the best investment of my life. I think I paid maybe $800, and I paid it with an hour that I got because I had no money. But this is the best investment of my life, okay? And I can't emphasize it enough. And then if you can record the audio separately, that's really, really great too, because then you'll have a very professional compilation in the sense that you won't have just the horns in your ear, or sorry, I'm getting something in the chat. Let me check so that I'm not. And so, yes, it's really important that you just film everything you do. And videos are really important. I'll touch upon this because I want to show you something and we can be embarrassed together because it's going to be funny. I'll tell you why. The next, headshots. It's all stupid, but they ask for headshots all the time to do publicity of you. Get a friend. My first headshots, I think I paid like $50 to one of my colleagues in the music school that did pictures, like headshots. And so, but make sure that you have nice ones. And I don't mean nice ones like professionally done. I mean in the sense that really capture who you are, because then they all look the same and it pisses me off. I'm going to say it, okay? I know I'm being recorded, but I'm going to say it. It pisses me off that all headshots are the same. For example, I am very particular about my headshots. I hate to have a baton in my hand, okay? I don't like to pose with my baton here or here. I don't like it. To me. It's not natural to me. And when I went to do my headshots, I told the photographer, listen, I know I'm a conductor, but I don't hate having the baton. And one of my best shots is because he made me grab the baton and I got all cocky and I put it on my knee like this. And now it's like a really badass picture I have, which is one of my favorite ones. So it's like funny that that's how it ended up. Then your website, if you can have one, I know they're expensive, but sometimes you can have it that it's not your domain and you can have something that is publicly out there because people just Google you, and then, you know, if they want something to show up. And social media is great to have some stuff there, but also website. People still look at websites, I have to say. You would be surprised about how much people look at websites. And PR, I mean, like social media, you know, having, if you can, materials on your social media, something that shows really quickly what you do, it never hurts. Okay, I'm moving quickly through this so that you can ask me questions about any of this. Networking. This is for me, networking is really hard. I'm gonna admit it. It is hard because one, I am best in person. I hate sending emails. I hate administrative work in general. And so I'd rather meet with people for face to face. And so that's what I've been trying to do. And something that my agent made me do that really helped me was to analyze my work network and create a spreadsheet where I put the name of the person, their email, how did we meet, and then they reach out to people, but I also have to do it myself. And then you can put something like about what you talked the last time, when was the date, and then once a year you can like write to all of these people separately, but then you keep track on who you're talking to and about what. This can be people that you met in school, locally, that you are playing gigs with. It can be anything, right? And this is where set a goal comes into place, because what are you trying to get out of this network? Are you have some people that you're just keeping in touch? Is it that you're updating them about your career? Which there are some of those people that I'm not asking for anything. I don't. It's more like updating them, like, oh, I'm here now and I've been doing these things. Like that's what you generally do. And then if they're interested, they'll start a conversation. And then you connect and you go. You have to do it. This is the important part and the hardest. You have to do it. You have to set up that meeting, to have a coffee. You need to do your research about these people, read their bios, come up with good questions. You can't just show up empty-handed. We live in the era of globalization and internet. Everybody knows everything about everyone. You cannot show up to a meeting without knowing something about this person. And the fact that you tell them, hey, I know you worked in Chicago with la la la, can you tell me more about this? You know, and maybe it's an artistic administrator in my case. And I'm like, could you tell me more about these projects you created? And they're going to be like, oh, you know, they want this. Trust me. They're going to be like, oh, annoyed by it. But no, they're mostly like, oh my gosh, they read my bio. Okay. Like I have to say it. Okay. Opportunities. This networking can lead you to job opportunities, right? Because sometimes a lot of things I find out thanks to my friends. They're like, did you apply to this? And I'm like, oh no, I forgot. And like the deadline is today, which is a common thing in my life, as I said before. And so, you know, you never know where your network, if maybe this person doesn't have a job for you, but they know of someone, or maybe because you wrote to them an email last week, and now this week they met with someone that needs someone for something in particular, and maybe they have you fresh in their brain and they suggest you, right? So you never know how all of this networking would lead to job opportunities. I'm thinking of master classes, workshops, there's competitions too. I've never done any competitions. I've applied, never gotten in, to be honest. And then they're really expensive, so I couldn't apply to them until I got a job. So I don't know. Competitions are like the golden ticket if you win it, but it's a very random process, I feel. Grants, like I got the Career Schulte Award. It was $5,000, which, you know, these particular grant people, they don't like really keep track of how you use your money. And you can decide you can pay rent with that. But I've decided to invest it. And so I've been using it for particular things like paying my trip to Europe or la 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 la. So there's always grants and awards and scholarships in schools that can help you achieve your goals. Don't get discouraged if financially you think you can't do it. Conducting is an expensive career. I'm not going to say no. And I didn't have the money when I came from Argentina, but I found different workshops and opportunities that little by little took me to, you know, maybe bigger fellowships that paid for everything, right? Like Aspen. Okay, it took me 10 years to get into Aspen, you all, but I did it. Then graduate school, and then conferences, CVDNA, American League of Orchestras, Midwest. I made question time. Before we go into question time, I made a little, can you see this? Yeah, right? My Google thing. Can you see my Google Docs? Yeah. So I made this. We had done one previously with, I don't know, Caitlin, if you remember. So I've updated this.
The question time, I think you might have to reshare if you have like a different window.
Yeah, okay. Thank you. Okay, Safari. There we go.
There it is.
So we used to have this for our school, and I kind of updated it and added more festivals and workshops that I know of, and that I'll share this document, and I have other documents that I'll share with Katie and Tanya for you all to look. I also sometimes I found out about workshops not through different websites, but by reading the bios of people of the things they've done. So I really suggest you go to someone you admire that maybe is a little bit ahead of you, not too much, and then see what are the things they've done, because things change really quickly, and sometimes the things that someone did 10 years ago are not a thing anymore, and like they're not available. Okay, before we go into question time, this is the thing I wanted to show you all. One other thing that I would like to share with you is that, and I think that it hasn't been shared enough with me, is that when we look at someone that we admire, especially someone that is very much ahead of our career, it doesn't matter the age really. Like it could be Dudamel, and he's not that much older than me, right? Or it could be someone that is at the end of their career, like Blomstead, whoever it is. When you see them rehearse and when you see them conducting, you think that that's who they are, right? Like they do this because it's very natural to them and they're just so good at it. Now we get really frustrated because when you see someone working that is really, really good, you can't copy any of the things, right? Like they need to come naturally to you, and you need to find your own style in your conducting and your rehearsal style. And I was like, how do they get so good? Like, how do they know of these things, right? And the truth is that nobody really shares all the failures they had. And I don't mean not getting into a workshop. I mean in front of orchestras, doing things in a very bad way. People that cannot come back to certain orchestras that now are top conductors, okay? And you don't even know these things. And so because of that, I would like to share with you my first video from my undergraduate so that you see that this is where we all start. Okay, this is 2013. So what am I? Fourth year of undergraduate, and I'm about to graduate. Do I have to share the volume, the sound, or will it share itself? I can't remember. I haven't used Zoom in so long.
You have to share it. Like when you share, click share sound as well. Yeah.
I'm being such a boomer. I'm sorry. Okay, I'll try again. Share.
Nothing wrong with
layouts
boomers. Just putting that out there.
Yeah, sorry. No, I mean like because I don't know how to do this. In a way. Okay, here we go. You all enjoy. Look, okay, this video cannot be presented anywhere, right? Like I'm talking to people, like you all. Such an amateur. Okay.
Also, you're wearing a white shirt and conducting with a white baton.
Okay, you had enough of that. Okay, I'm gonna show the progression so that you see we all suck at some point. I used to conduct in dresses. I don't do that anymore. Okay, so this is a video I presented, I think, for one of my graduate auditions. First of all, it zoomed out too much, right? Then I did this thing, very artistic, but nobody wants to see that, just saying. What is this tempo? I don't know. So slow. Okay, not bad, right? But I'm really not connected to the sound, and my technique is good, and I wish I would stand up that straight nowadays. I have to tell you, looking back on my old videos is hard too, because you let go of other things and then your technique gets a bit messy, okay? And this is a thing I presented for my graduate auditions too, which if you consider that, nobody usually has videos from their undergraduate, it's a pretty good video with a full orchestra. I would not recommend to leave the applause just not later in your video, right, when you're actually conducting. Okay, I think this is probably my best video from that time. Okay, this is me in a graduate school. I learned how to actually edit my videos better. Although the lighting is not good, okay? And I put the title. Okay, you get the idea of it. Now this is from a month ago, 2 months ago, with Fort Worth Symphony. And this is how I present my videos nowadays, so that you know. As you can see, it's always difficult to get a good angle with the bows. And I'm really, really high on this. My camera is really, really high, but okay, so this is professional. And then I'm going to show you this because it really frustrates me. So I got to conduct LA Phil for one of my young concerts, and they did the filming. And this is what happened. This is what they gave me. As you can see, LA Phil cracks too. So I'm always debating. I'm like, and this is the debate you probably have yourself too. It's like, do you use this video even if it's blurry at the beginning, right? Because it's LA Phil. I would suggest do a cut. But then this is one of my favorite videos of new music, and I use it even though the lighting is not really good. But I'll show you 1 second why. Okay, so I think that this video, for example, shows a lot of expression in really complicated music. And I think that it's really important to show that, right? So then if you had to choose 3 videos, I would say choose different styles, different repertoire, different eras of like, you know, something classic, something romantic, and something new music if you want to, that shows all of your different like expression as an artist that you can have. This is a very quick overview, but this is to show you that we all suck at the beginning, okay? And our videos suck and we just get better and everybody gets better, and Dudamel sucked and you can see some of his videos. Like, this is to encourage you to keep going, because I wish someone had shared how we all really, really suck at the beginning, okay? And we all make mistakes in front of professional musicians. Okay, now I'm gonna stop because I want to leave time for questions. So please, fire away.
So we have just about 6 minutes until our official session is over, but feel free to stick around and continue asking and answering questions if you feel like it. I will have to run personally because I still have a 3-hour rehearsal after this, but feel free to keep it going.
3 hours, damn. Okay. Oh, about the filming that it said here. Sorry, I'll quickly answer this. You know, it needs to be mainly focused on you, but I have heard before that they like to see the reaction of the musicians. So I usually just film a bit out, and then if I see that they seem really engaged, I keep a little bit of it. If not, I just zoom in me and whatever.
So we have a question in the chat. What is it like working in music in Argentina? What kind of musical theater work did you do?
So I haven't worked back in Argentina since I left. It's very complicated to get into the industry there. And it's very hard, actually. It's a very chauvinist workplace. So I feel like I learned really hard lessons there. And then when I came here, it felt easier in some ways because of men being so mean. And at the same time, I felt like the chauvinism was so easy to put out and like say that they're being like this, that it was like really easy to point it out. Here I feel like it's a more passive way of chauvinistic discrimination, and so then it's really hard to say something because they're like, oh, you took it that way, you know. So I have to say that that's been challenging. But yeah, Oliviana, sorry, you
Hi,
wanted to ask.
this has been so great. Thank you for your time.
Oh, of
Um,
course.
I was wondering how the LA Phil Fellowship was and how you got that opportunity. And then I was also curious how the AMG agency helps you with your career, like what they do.
Yeah, so the LA Phil happened really, it caught me by surprise, but it was thanks to the Dallas Opera Institute, because they are always looking at names. And so they found me through there, and then they just kept track of me for 3 years and see where my career was going and asked for materials regularly. And then eventually I got the fellowship, but it wasn't like a very easy process or just fast. It took 3 years, like from 2021 until last year, that I got the fellowship. And my agents are complicated. I would say you need to find someone that really believes in you and that understands your style. But also, we all think that once we get an agent, they will do the work for you. And some of it they do, but you need to still keep building your network and talking to people, and they will help with part of it, and they help you like guide your career, and they're more like they help you with advice on are the engagements you should be taking or not, and like the repertoire and this kind of opportunities. But you're still working really hard, I would say. But yeah, they can open doors to connections and places maybe you haven't worked with before, or that you don't have an in. So it depends a lot on what their nerve work looks like, I would say.
Thank you.
Yeah, Adeline.
I was
Perfect.
wondering, you mentioned a lot of like of the conducting fellowships and things outside of what your current job was, like extra things that you would do. And you mentioned money-wise. I'm wondering, like, how expensive are those opportunities and like how do you afford them?
Yes. Okay, so for me, my parents could not help me much with the exchange rate from Argentina. You can imagine it. I was on my own here. So I really didn't have a lot of money to spare in the summer, especially with my TA. So I could afford maybe like $500 workshop or 800. So I would look for places where I had a friend that I could stay with. And then like workshops that maybe were not like a month long, they were like a week long or three days long. And so the Cortona workshop, for example, that was in Europe, it wasn't that expensive. It was like 2 weeks, but I think I paid like $800. And then my dad was a retired pilot, so I flew for free thanks to that. But yeah, then I did the US Army band workshop, which is for band, but I have one of my best videos is from that workshop because they film you professionally, and I learned so much. Oh my gosh, it was one of my favorite ones, and it was free. The only thing you have to do is to get there and like put yourself in housing, right? So then I found someone, we got like a good deal on this apartment far away. Of course, you do all of these crazy things because you don't have money, right? But what else? The Cabrillo one, if you're a fellow, is free, but if you go as an auditor, it's like $200. And so then, yeah, we got together with other people to get an Airbnb. So I didn't do all the expensive ones. Like Eastern Music Festival, I got in and it was $6,000. I was like, you people are insane. I don't have this money. I cannot even take a loan. So I think a lot of research in finding opportunities that adjust to your budget. And I don't know if it's worth spending $5,000 for a festival that you don't even know you're going to get what you need out of it. And I was really true to myself to that. And I didn't overspend just trying to go to all of these festivals they said you had to do. I looked for the people that I thought would be able to help me and make me grow as a conductor. Yeah. Yes.
Hi, I was just wondering if you have any rehearsal technique advice, especially for like auditions and for recording purposes. Like, what would you say is most important, or like what I guess evaluators are looking for?
Yeah. So for videos, I I think what they're looking for, this is also subjective, as you know already, right? So please take it with a grain of salt. But I think it is that you're connected to the sound, and that the ensemble is actually responding to you, right? And what you're showing. And then, sometimes you are showing things that they're not doing, but still having that idea and showing that you have that idea, it can go a long way. Yes, clear technique, but that's not all, especially in orchestral conducting. Everybody wants to see that you are connected to the sound and you're being musical and you have ideas about phrasing. You can show contrast, you can be clear, but also, confident in your musicality. Then rehearsal, if it's like an audition, I think they're just trying to see, especially if it's grad school, they're trying to see if you can hear things, right? Can you hear the mistakes that are happening? So I would say don't get into things that you don't know if you can fix. Like fix the things that you're very confident that you know and that are like your strengths, right? For me, is phrasing and musicality is one of my biggest strengths. So I'm going to insist in what I want out of a phrasing because I can sing it in a way that I think I can show it, right? So if it is rhythm for you and you know they're doing a rhythm that is not extremely accurate, you can insist on that, right? And I had someone tell me that I had this very recent advice, but I thought it was really, really helpful, especially for professional orchestras. He said something like, you need to focus on something technical, something musical, and something like more inspiring, right? Like there's always different components of what you're rehearsing. Sometimes it's just dynamics, sometimes it's phrasing and musicality, sometimes it's sound of the piece, getting the right style of what you're rehearsing, right? And Mayan said something that really helped me too, which was anything that you say accompany like a musical rehearsal like thing you're saying with something technical. So for example, can we play this at the tip of the string, very fast tremolo, shimmery, right? And then you get all of this, both images, like on what you're looking for in inspiration, but also in technique of what they're actually trying to do, right? I hope this helps. I don't know.
Hey, real quick, this is an amazing conversation. Michelle, I want to give you the autonomy to keep it going if you want. I have to run.
Yeah, no, of course.
Rehearsal.
Go.
Tanya has to run.
Have a good rehearsal.
Phone call. So I'm going to make you the host. And if you want to just keep this open as long as you want to keep chatting with our folks, I threw our next date into the chat, which is a month from today. It's March 14th, 8 to 9:30 p.m. I can't remember if daylight savings happens before then, so just double check that your time zone matches, but I'll be sending out an email, the recording of this, any homework for next time, and just a reminder about what to do then. Thanks so much for being here. Let's do a round of applause for Michelle before I head out. Michelle, I'm going to make you host, and you
do that.
Keep the convo going, and we'll see you guys next month.
Sounds good. Bye. Yeah, I have until like 45, let's say. If you all have questions, I'm happy to stay. Okay, what was this question in the chat? I'm also wondering how you work with your, are you still here? Was it Adeline that asked us? Okay. How you work with your procrastination tendencies, because that is absolutely me. Yeah. Oh, yes. So listen, this week I have 4 programs and I was like, how am I on earth doing this? And, sometimes it's not because I procrastinated this time. It was that there were too many things happening and I couldn't get to this repertoire soon enough. You need to prioritize in terms of what is the most difficult, I would say, because sometimes you need time to sit with the music and you need to maybe look at it today and then go back to it in a month, right? So depending on how difficult the music, you need to kind of do triage of like, this will take me a month to learn, this I can look in 5 hours, this I need to really practice it at the piano or whatever it is. So I've been trying to do that. And so, for example, tomorrow I have rehearsal and I made sure that by last night, I had really studied this music. So then tonight, I will probably not study because I'm exhausted. It's been a very long day. But I will do is tomorrow morning, wake up, review, and try to review as well the repertoire for Saturday, because I know that tomorrow I want to have time. So even though I procrastinate, I'm kind of like last minute organized in that sense. The other thing that someone told me and I really has helped me is like, even when you don't want to do it, just start, because sometimes you just start and you get in this rabbit hole and you can't stop, right? So sometimes it's just getting over the mental hump of, oh my gosh, this is so hard. Just start and say like, okay, I'm gonna do just 5 minutes. And then you do 5 minutes and you realize that you keep going, right? So sometimes I think it's more for me that I'm tired. I'm like, I don't want to do it. And then I start doing it and I get obsessed with something because I'm like that. You know, I'm totally an artist, you know. Okay, who else has questions? Claire.
Hi, so this is like sort of specific, I guess. So I am learning an excerpt from Brahms Symphony Number 4, and yes,
Which
of
movement?
course, just the
1 or 4?
so- one.
Okay, yeah.
The first,
The beginning?
it's no, I'm actually doing the second half. Last. Yes, it's perfect. Like, I don't know. So my question is, so in the past, I have worked on some pieces that have a very clear, how do I say, storyline. Like Die Fledermaus Overture is very, very clear. You have the opera to sort of guide you through what to show,
Yeah,
what to feel.
like the synopsis of the opera, yeah.
Right. And I just find it
Mhm.
so hard. And this is why my teacher gave this to me, is because I find it so hard to relate or
So
to.
what's the excerpt? Where does it start?
So basically L.
Okay. Sorry, I have to do the ABC and then my numbers. They still have to be in Spanish for some reason. Okay.
And it's just when I look at this sort of, who do I even turn to? Who do I, because there's so much happening and there's not
Yeah.
something like that's the most important, and it's such a long phrase as well.
Yeah. Yeah. So I wrote in my score for myself that it's like a recapitulation and augmentation of the theme, right? So sometimes for me, having the structure in there helps me understand like what am I looking for? Am I like prioritizing a melody, or is it the harmony, or is it like how these different little pieces come together, right? So what I would think about this, and maybe maybe it's because I'm working already. So if this is not helpful, tell me. But you know, after this recap, like kind of transitioning to the recapitulation of the theme, right?
Yes.
I think about how I'm gonna rehearse this, right? So I think when I was in school, everything feels so hypothetical and so
Right.
intellectual sometimes. But then the reality is reality. Okay,
Right,
you're gonna
right.
go into the orchestra and at L, and for everyone that doesn't have a score in front of them, I'll show you really quickly. So, you know, you see that you have these held notes and then you have this stuff happening in the strings and this, right? And it says dolce. So just looking at this, even if I didn't know what piece it is, I would be thinking, okay, the first thing I think is, oh, is this going to cover the strings? Like, do I want the strings to be heard here? Like, what kind of sound do I want? Do I want a thin sound? Do I want a held sound? Am I going to change the hairpins here so that we can hear this? What is the phrasing here? Who do I want to connect and who is going to connect with, right? Like who has, what is the balance between these voices as well, right? And then that will like help you indicate your gesture, right? Because are you going to show or what are you going to show? How is your phrasing going to be shown, right? And I know, like, when you're thinking about technique, you're like, oh, I'll just go into there's nothing to do here. No, you can show all of this. You can show this. You can show the phrasing of this, right? How are you going to transition into being like, da-da? Yeah, you know,
Right.
how are you going to unite or connect this with the winds? Like, do you want any connection? What do you want? Are they filling in the phrase? Where do they fit in, right? So I think in terms of layers, and then I decide what am I going to show and what I'm going to prioritize. And maybe the answer is you're going to prioritize showing the phrasing and how they connect, you know?
Right.
Or maybe it's like you're going to be really careful and keep them very soft. Or maybe your violas are not strong enough and you really need to be with them so that the cellos lead to the violas, right?
Right.
So all of the are the things that I would be thinking about and that I would try to show with my gesture. And same like in this 4-bar phrase, like how are you gonna phrase this in 2 bars within the 4? So yeah, like those are the things I'm thinking about. It's not about entrances, it's about like what kind of connection there is in the music.
No, thank you.
More questions, Oliviana?
Yeah, oh, this is so great to like pick your brain. I was just
Yeah,
gonna
of course.
follow up on my previous question about the LA Phil Fellowship and like what did you do on a day-to-day basis?
Yes, of course. So the fellowship is funny because it's a fellowship and it's 1 year, but then you go like 7 weeks total and that's it. We're 4 people and we rotate, right? And so, bye, Claire. Thank you. And if you have more questions, I'm happy to just write to me on Instagram or something. I'm happy to help you more. So it was like 7 weeks. So you go and you cover for Dudamel and other guest conductors, and then you get a concert with the orchestra. Young, they call it a YPC. It's a family concert in the hall, and so it's not very long, maybe tops 50 minutes. But you know, you're conducting the LA Phil, and I was like, I'll conduct whatever. Like, you want me to conduct a quartet? I'll do it. A brass? I'll do it. You want me five people? I'll do it. So I did anything they wanted, and then you know, they picked the repertoire, but I didn't care. This is the thing. Yeah, you're like, whatever, I'll do Beethoven Fidelio. Of course, never done it, but whatever. Like, you'll do it, right? So I have to say it was such an incredible experience, and just listening to that level of playing and also how they work and connecting with all of these people, because everybody goes through there. Like, an artist is performing and their agent comes, and all of these people come to see these artists or whoever they are here for. And so then you get to connect with so many people just because their artist is there, you know? And so that's one of the, I would say, the perks of like working with a really high level orchestra. So yeah, it was great.
That's very cool.
Yeah, it was very cool.
Oh, this is also another side note, but you'd mentioned you have like a spreadsheet to keep track of networking people.
Yeah.
And could you share like a template for that with us under
I was
resources?
actually trying to find it and I couldn't find it. But it's honestly, it's like a simple spreadsheet. Let me see if I can find it before I go. I was trying to find it because I didn't mind sharing it. I put network. I know maybe where it is. Give me a second and I'll find it for you. My drive. I have to say, as I get older, I get a bit more organized. That's why teaching was very like, hard for me, because you know, you have to be so freaking organized. Found it. Okay. Let's see what we find there. Yeah. Okay. So this is what can you see?
Yeah.
So I put the name, the role, because it can be, you know, artistic CEO, whatever it is, their position. And I need to update it because things have changed. The organization that they work for, then the connection or how we came into contact or something. And then I put, I was supposed to put the emails, but I haven't because I have them all in my email, and most of them. So I put some for my agent to know, but I haven't finished this. I need to, like, clearly I haven't worked hard enough. And I said this to you all and I should do it myself. But yeah, I think I have gone back to this to see where I'm at, you know. But I have to be honest, because I'm not that organized as I should be. So I have like a notebook where I write everything, and I have like a list of people that I need to reach out to, because I have these moments of stupid inspiration where I'm like, oh my gosh, I need to reach out about this because I did this project, la 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 la. And so maybe my method is not that organized, and it eventually works, because then I put like, okay, right, I put here, did I put? Yeah, I put like write to Carlos about the Clyburn competition because he's coming here. he was the music director of North Carolina Symphony. So I put like, okay, write to Carlos about Clyburn and also ask him about Brahms 4. And so like I do it in my way. It's a bit more organic because I do it with things that I know I need to take care of, and this is the thing, because I'm better in person. I think of things that are maybe more related to what I'm doing, right? Or maybe I'm working on a certain project and I remember and I'm like, oh, I should tell this person about it, right? So then having the spreadsheet helped me to get organized, but then I feel like my brain just flutters. But it is very useful because my agent has this. And then when I'm a bit stuck, I go back to it and I look at it and see if it inspires me to reach out to someone, right? And sometimes it's like not about asking something from that person. It's more like, oh, maybe you know someone that is looking for something like this, or I'm trying to do this. Do you know someone that could help me learn more about that specific thing? So yeah, I hope it helps.
That's great. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay. Any last questions? Yes.
I know that before Corin left, she left already, but this is still being recorded. She wanted to ask about what you use to record audio separately during rehearsals.
Oh yeah. So I don't know if this is still like being used, but honestly, like the Zoom that has the little thing is like this, the Zoom recorder. You can put it in the hall, but then also I have to say phones lately are really, really good. And just putting your phone in the audience is sometimes it's good enough because the halls are so good too, acoustically, that sometimes if you put it far enough, it's good. Because I've done it before to just hear what is happening. Of course, you can't tell anyone that you're doing that in a professional orchestra, but I know people put it in their pocket sometimes, even from the podium, because they just want to know and they go over rehearsal. So I have to say phones. I've recorded myself conducting from my phone this summer because I couldn't bring my camera. So good, like in Verviers, so good. So, if you have an like this, the Apple, like actually these phones are really good. And my spouse is a sound engineer and he said that like, yeah, it's good enough. Like you can definitely use the like a phone to do everything if you need to. Yeah.
One more thing I really love asking is whether you've ever conducted a piece from memory and what that experience was like if you have done that.
Okay, so I hate conducting from memory. I can't. I get so nervous, and it's not for me yet. Maybe I think that, and this is the other thing people don't say. One, this is their kind of like strength and their kind of like show thing to do, and they just have like a really photographic memory or something, or they played since they were like born and whatever. Like their prodigy is great for them. The truth is that most of the people that I've asked about this, it's because they've done the piece so many times that when you do it so many times, you just know it, And it's true. It sounds crazy. It sounds like magic, but it is true. When you've done a piece so many times, and I have to say, there's this thing that nobody talks about, and maybe it's particular to myself, and I'll take responsibility for it. But for me, even when I'm studying a piece, and even if I played it on the piano, until I do it live in front of an ensemble, or until I hear it with an ensemble, it's like it doesn't get in there, it doesn't get in there. But then I hear it with an ensemble, and it's like it just gets ingrained in my brain. It's like I suddenly learn it. It's like the last layer of learning it because you're experiencing it live, even when I'm covering for someone. So I've realized that when I learn a piece like this, I never forget. I go back to school and I'm like, oh yeah, this happened here and la la la. It's like your brain just knows. So I did it only once in school, a very short piece. I liked it that I could connect with the ensemble, but I was just like nervous about forgetting something. So I was like, whatever. I'd rather have my score there very low and not look very often, but have it there, because if something happens, then I think it will give me the confidence. And whatever, maybe I'm not confident yet to do that, but I think that if you can look up and not be just buried in your score, then you don't need to do it by memory. I think just learn to be out of the score more.
Mhm. Nice.
I hope any.
Thank you. Sorry we took so much of your time.
No,
Thank
I'm
you
so
so
excited.
much.
You have no idea because working professionally is great, but also it drains your soul with people that don't want to be there. And that's the sad thing. And I always tell them, like, and I tell these people, even if they don't want to hear it, but if there's a moment that I don't enjoy what I'm doing and I can't bring happiness to it, I need to stop doing it. And these people should stop doing it when they get into this really bad place because what's the point? We're making art, like we get to do music for a living. Like, how lucky are we, right? And so even when I'm tired and I'm grumpy, once I get to the podium, and I'm there. I'm there and I activate, even if I'm exhausted, truly. And I think like talking to you all and like, reminding ourselves like what we're trying to do is just, it's been like really a fresh breath. What do you say? A breath of fresh air, whatever. Yeah. So I appreciate all of your questions. Yeah.
Is piano your primary instrument? You had mentioned that, or is it something else?
Yeah, voice and piano. I would put it in an order. And then
Okay.
I was a dancer first. I think that was what I started with when I was 3. My body is like yeah, I should probably improve my posture. Since I stopped dancing, I'm like, oh, super hunched. So I need to I was watching my video and I was like, there were many bad things there, but my posture was like, I was still a dancer there. So yeah, I don't sing anymore and I play piano, but like I don't play, I'm not a repetitor. So
Okay.
That's great. I feel like
thank you, Anne.
I grew up dancing as well, and it just helps with the conducting so much. And
It
I could
does.
see with you, were so graceful with your movements and your hands.
No, I feel it really helps with the coordination and everything. So I think it's a huge advantage. Yeah. Yeah. Well, if you all have more questions or want to chat with me anytime, please reach out through my website or social media, and I'll share my email. Like Tanya and Kaden have my email, so I'll share that, and I'll share with them these resources I put together for you all, so that you have them.
Thank
Okay.
you.
Thank you.
Yeah. Have a good night. Good luck.
You too.